It's morning in Asia, and I'm full of ideas. And I'm going to tell you some things about DACA and the Great Wall of Trump. There are these arguments going around. I've seen them. In Vietnam, I was talking to a guy from Australia maybe over a year ago. There's this argument that the wall's not going to work because the Great Wall of China didn't work. Anti-wallists tend to have a lot of this "we don't need it" type of argument. But really, if you press them on it, it's not that they really think, oh, it's not necessary. They really want to not have it. They don't want the wall, but they're not upfront about the argument. There's a lot of problems with the logic of the anti-wall people. Just look at the argument. There's a lot of unanswered questions. You find an anti-wall person who answers the questions, I think that's a special find. It's great. Almost as great as the Great Wall of China. Their argument will usually go with China that building the Great Wall of China was built slowly over time in phases. When they'd add onto the wall, the armies on the other side would just attack from a different place. So it just kind of moved the battle, and then the local villages, wherever the wall would end, they had a military problem, and they'd get rid, so they have to make the wall longer. Then they say, because of this, the Great Wall failed. I disagree. The Great Wall of China would go from one place to another place. In the middle, not at the ends, those people were actually protected. The second thing is, the Great Wall of China was intended to repel a military invasion. Not just a bunch of different, civilians who want to do human trafficking, drug trafficking, gun trafficking, not just individual little organized crime or individuals like this. It was a military thing. So in that sense, it also served a military purpose that worked. America's wall situation is different. And the interesting thing about that, comparing different walls, if you try to tell an anti-wallist, well, you've got a wall around your house, look, I've got a wall around this roof. They'll say, that doesn't compare. Okay, so the wall around your house, the fence around your yard doesn't compare to the Great Wall of Trump. But the Great Wall of China does, without any explanation as to why? Like I say, there are a lot of inconsistencies in the anti-wall people's arguments. So engage them, talk, listen, but make sure that you're getting questions answered. I think it'd be a great discussion if the questions would actually get answered. Okay, DACA. In a minute and a half, can I do this? Maybe not. I'll try. I think there's a justice argument about kids that showed up when they were young. They weren't decision makers. Can't just send them back any more than the whole return the slaves movement from the 1800s. My goodness, what an idiotic thing. They don't know their home country's language. They've been grafted into American culture, and just uprooting them really would be an injustice. There's an argument there. So, here's the solution. They have to renounce any citizenship they have of their home country, and they're foreigners in that country legally. No dual citizenship. And second, their parents have to turn themselves in and go back home. If they'll do that, that's a legitimate DACA claim in my view. That's a thought. What do you think? I don't know. I'm genuinely trying to supply ideas. You can't. You've got to have rule of law, but you've got to give justice. You've got to be fair to people. And if someone really would be in a difficult situation, they really are American, and they're not that, it's de facto, it just needs to be official. Okay, then do it that way. You're American and you're foreigner in that home country. I think that'd solve it.